Alright, what's up, y'all? Welcome to lesson 5 of this series I'm calling Pain. And so today we are going to be discussing Samson. And so if you guys know who Samson is, he's in the book of Judges. And so we're going to be particularly in Judges chapter 16 today. But his story goes beyond that. So moving on. So since we're discussing pain, what pains did Samson go through? Well, today we're going to be discussing two topics today about the pain Samson went through. First topic being the pain of betrayal, and the second topic being the pain of identity crisis or his loss of purpose. Pretty much all he's about. He's going to lose himself. And so beginning off with betrayal, we've talked about the pain of betrayal before with Jesus, actually. So he was betrayed by Judas, one of his disciples. And so, while planning this message, like Samson and Jesus, they had like that betrayal aspect of pain they had in common, because both of them, they were betrayed to their enemies by the one that they love, and they were betrayed because the one who was betraying them wanted money. And so pretty much that's self-explanatory right there of betrayal. If you have ever been betrayed before, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory. But yeah, in this case, it was betrayal by someone that they loved a lot, and so it just makes it a whole bunch worse when just someone you trust so much like betrays you. And so self-explanatory. I don't need to go any further than that. So with the next topic, identity crisis. And so with Samson, when he was betrayed, you say, how about this? What was his identity? His identity was known as the strong guy. So that was his gift from God that he got, and that was through the length of his hair. But yet when Delilah betrayed him, he got a haircut. And so he lost all his strength. He lost who he was, you could say. So his strength was, when Samson got into trouble, he used his strength to get himself out of trouble. But now that he doesn't have hair anymore, he doesn't have strength anymore, he couldn't get out of situations, and he had to face all his enemies without his tremendous strength. And so that led to him being, his eyes gouged out and being made a slave. And so, just how about this? To make it very personal to us, how about this? Let's see. I know a lot of people have Facebook, Instagram, and so what if they paid you to have like to be an influencer or to have like followers on those two platforms, social media? Like, how about this? You have 1 million friends on Facebook, and you have 1 million Instagram followers. And so you're making a lot of money because you're bringing in people to follow your page. But yet the next day, you have 0 friends and you have 0 followers. How much money are you going to make on Instagram or Facebook now? None. And so, like, pretty much the way of life you live, the way that your platform, how you influence other people, it's pretty much your identity is gone now. And so you have to begin somewhere else new. It's like the thing that saved you cannot save you anymore. Let's see, moving on. So why did God allow Samson to be betrayed? Or you could say, why did God allow betrayal in our lives? Well, many reasons, but in this case, actually, you could say betrayal happens for many reasons, but in this case, for Samson, he should not have been with Delilah in the first place. And so sometimes, God shows you that you shouldn't be with that person because, of course, they betray. Do you want to get hurt? And so it's like you shouldn't be with that type of people in the first place. And so he's trying to prevent you from that, but the list goes on, but just in this case. And also, in this case, that betrayal happened was because God had a plan for it. Just like Jesus, actually. So Samson and Jesus had another thing in common with betrayal, besides being betrayed by one they love for money. It was to save their people. So Jesus, he was betrayed to his enemies so that he can go on the cross and save us from our sin. And then Samson, he had to save his people. And so that was his purpose in life, to save the Jews. And so that's what he did when his last, I guess, event happened. And Judges chapter 16, verse 28, it reads, "Then Samson called to the Lord and said, O Lord, please remember me, and please strengthen me just this time, O God, that I may be once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes." And then after that, boom, he killed a lot of people. The roof came down, you could say. He brought down the roof. Besides that, so God had a plan for it. Well, that's what the purpose of betrayal is. And then so the next one is so his identity crisis. So why did God allow identity crisis in, say, our lives, or in this case, Samson's life? And so, like we just read, he says to be avenged for his own 2 eyes. So the thing is, Samson in his life, he used his gift that God gave him of super strength to do selfish things, and not really to do what he was set here on earth for, which was to save his people. So right when he lost his hair, or his strength too, he lost his eyes as well. And so losing his eyes, losing his identity, made him actually see clearly what God had envisioned for him and his plan and purpose. So pretty much the loss of identity is to make you realize that your real identity was not in what you lost, but what God had purposed and planned for your life. And so pretty much what he gave you in life, your skills, your talents, your abilities, it was meant, God gave that to you so you can, of course, help other people, or to glorify his name through your actions and your deeds.